I was forced last time you played? Oh, oh god, I don't know if I'm mentally capable of giving you a recap. Hemlock says there's a recap, so I'm going to let the game do it. Also, I did Raxby's Hydrate. Okay. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? Yeah, here you go, Leaf. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Fortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. It skipped Hemlock's favorite part, by the way, so I'll recap that. There was some Chinese food that had green growths on it in the fridge, and because I have the bodybuilder trait, I got the opportunity to say protein is protein, and I ate the fungus leftover fast food. So, yeah, I probably have superpowers from that. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. This person's a cryptid YouTuber. You'll eat those words and I'm carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. That's the southern character with the shotgun that's also wearing a Duke Blue Devils hat at University in North Carolina. Single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Oh yeah, also this moment. Appetite -5. My bad, sorry Rexby. Sorry, I had to. Yeah, you can hide the text box with Y. Controller's down there right now. This part was sick. I had the option. Do I save the puppy that's getting pulled away by this thing? Which, by the way, apparently what these things do is they impregnate things. This chicken that Duke is holding here has one of these babies growing inside it. Think they're like xenomorphs. Except they don't face hug, face fuck you. They do something else, I guess. So this thing has a little baby one of those hanging out in its tummy. And I'm assuming that's what would have happened to the dog. But basically you get a choice, do you save Duke or do you save the dog? Because I had the bodybuilder trait, I got the opportunity to save both of them cuz I'm just that cool. So I helped out with this and then I fastball specialed a rock into this thing's face and killed it. Its flesh is doughy and structureless, like a loosely packed package. Your foot leaves an imprint in its chest and it stumbles back, clutching at the odd wound. Yeah, see, that's the one I gave the boot to. And then that's the one I fastball specialed. Your aim is flawless and it strikes the creature square in its wretched face, lodging itself in its flesh. Damn right it is. It scrambles back, its movements uncoordinated in its blindness, leaving Gretchen unharmed. What other trait do you have besides powerful build? Mysticism. I'm a punch mage. Welcome home. Hey, Wayne. This is the character that Leafy said he liked the most. This is the character that I like. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. That's what those things were. From the comfort of Stella's room, the events of the past evening seemed like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. I don't wanna... A creepy guy was also stalking me? Oh, yeah, that is true, Yeah, I remember that now. They did skip over that a little bit. Oh gosh. Sorry, I have hot chalky because I felt like I deserved it after today. Also, Oodle said I'm sorry earlier, and thank you, Oodles. I realized I didn't respond to that. Just realized the Impreg path is actually a viable ending for this game. Yeah, I know. Raxby's going to like hack into my computer and make me take that path. Hey, Hardship. I don't want to wake up, but I guess we gotta. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing. You're still alive, and for now, you're safe. Quick, do your Leafy impression of Leafy waking up. Pee pee poo poo. That's my Leafy impression. Your gaze wanders around the unfamiliar room to the window and the woods beyond, and you wonder if the monsters are lurking just beyond the trees, ready to pounce on you as soon as you leave the comfort of your new friend's family home. You'd pick that yourself if you were just honest? I don't know any of these things. If I knew these things, once again, we gotta go over this. Demi, if I knew these things, yeah, you know, actually I wouldn't get pregnant. Fuck that. No, I don't think I'm getting pregnant for anybody, actually. But they could bone if I knew them. We wish hard enough, that'll be a real emote, right? Tell you what, I'll get it commissioned, put it on the stream for April Fools, and then as soon as April Fools is done, it goes to a tier 3 emote. Okay, that sip of hot chocolate had a lot of chocolate. Oh god. Okay. You can't help but remember the sight of pale faces jeering at you from the trees, their calls echoing through the woods as you ran for your life. I'll give him a tier 3. Okay, it'll be 10,000 bit emote. You can refresh yourself in the events of the previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Thank you. A knock at the front door. Your morbid thoughts are interrupted by a distinctly unhappy voice filtering through the house and past your closed door of your bedroom. No, Leafy did not pick a villager. I fixed the reroll. I did that yesterday. And I was intending to show it off on stream. The auto shoutouts should be fixed now as well. So, yeah. Yeah, all that's good. Leafy was a guinea pig. He was a good little cat boy guinea pig. It was great. I was like, Leafy, you're gonna be a guinea pig for me, and he was like, ooh, for me? And I was like, yeah. Your morbid thoughts are interrupted. Yeah. Where the hell is Quasi? Nobody should ever be asking that. Oh, hey, Tabby. There's a fresh pot of coffee on the table if you want to come in. No, I'm just here to check in on my cousin. Let's make this quick. I have a lot on my plate today. Oh yeah, I'll posture check. Ugh, let me posture. You're barely decent. It might be mildly scandalous if people saw you like this. Oh. I'm barely decent. I mean, that describes me on most days, to be fair. Not as in, like, no clothing, but as in, like, I'm barely decent. You know what I'm getting at. Come on. Hey, some people are trying to sleep in here. Saunter out half-clothed. Finish getting dressed and calmly collect yourself. Quietly hide under your covers. Honestly? It's between saunter out half-clothed and quietly hide under your clothes. There's my cousin out there, but also Stella. You know? Nah, we can't saunter. We can't saunter out half-clothed. Stella can't have that for free. Understand? Hard to find a wizard robe pregnancy clothes? Nah, you can do that. They have those. You just go to the section and Target. I'm sure they got it. I might have to sew in my own stars and stuff, but we can get it. A nice purple one. Can get some nice maternity clothing. I'm going to quietly hide under my covers because I think this is the most accurate. Like a child terrified of the boogeyman, you pull the covers over your head, hoping to go unnoticed by your cousin. The thought of having to talk to her after staying the night at Stella's is too much for you to handle. Best to give in to your base instincts and hide from the thing that makes you feel bad. Fuck, too real. Too real. Come on, Scarlet Hollow, I just started. You don't gotta fucking call me out like that. Are you sure you don't want to visit for a bit? You don't have to run around being the big boss this week of all weeks. You should let yourself... I'm fine, thanks. Quasi, I know you're here. Where the hell are you hiding? They're probably still asleep. Then I'm waking them up. Keep hiding, you're doing great. Keep hiding, you're doing great. You're doing great, Sweaty. You stiffen and hold your breath as the doorknob turns. Fun fact, I have actually spooked Morgan before by hiding under the blankets on the bed. Like, she went into the bathroom and I just put the blankets over me and laid on the bed. And she got spooked because she didn't know where I was. And I just jumped up and was like, hey. She got spooked. Morgan also got scared from Repo. This explains a lot. She did get scared by Repo. You're one to talk, Mr. I can't play scaly games. The door swings open and an excited pug leaps onto the bed, knocking the covers off you. Gretchen, damn it! My disguise! Are you hiding under the covers? Ugh, put some clothes on. Aw, shit, you did see me without my clothes. Gretchen looks transfixed. The person that made all of the various things for Gretchen had a really fun time making all these faces. Morning, Quasi. God, she's great. What is this you have now? Ghost something? Ghost car? Ghost car? What exactly did the two of you get up to last night? Oh, nothing that I wished for. Don't worry about it. Nothing that I wished for happened. Ghost tracks. God, you're adorable. Look at the little blush. Look at the little blush. Honestly, if we get to the end of this and Stella's some kind of murderer or one of the things, like, I'm going with. She can have me. We went up to the woods to film a video. Never mind, I don't actually want to know. What I do want to know is why on earth you decided to blow me off to spend the night with a stranger. Tabitha leaves in a huff, leaving you and Stella to follow her back into the living room. Can I plead my case as the stranger was hot? Hey, don't be so hard on Quasi. I asked them to crash here. Last night was a lot, Tabby. There's something horrible out in those woods, and I don't think anyone in the room wanted Quasi walking up that mountain alone last night. Stella, would you mind giving me a moment alone with my cousin? While you're at it, please stop calling me Tabby. We're not in high school anymore. Yeah, alright. Stella stays. Isn't this Stella's house? Sorry, Stella, but I should probably talk to Tabitha. Quietly let Stella leave. Stella stays. Come on, Tabby. No berating guests in the Richmond household. Whatever. I don't really care if you're here for this. Then why'd you make such a big deal out of it? I've been in town for less than a day and my stress is already through the roof. I mean, I get it. Stella got you all worked up and you were too scared to walk home. Sure, whatever, that checks out. But I don't care if those woods are chock full of ghouls and ghosties. You had me worried sick. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Aww. I love impromptu sleepovers, though. And quite frankly, I'd feel a lot safer here than that creep-ass horror mansion that we live in. I can take care of myself. I go where I'm supposed to go, and something told me this is where I was supposed to be. You're not my boss. You can't run off. As soon as I get here and hold me on a different standard, there's actually something out there. Lie, sorry, it won't happen again. I go where I'm supposed to go, and something told me this is where I was supposed to be last night, or I can take care of myself. Yeah, there's no okay mom. Honestly, did you see me fastball pitch that thing? I can kind of take care of myself. I don't know. I do have weak mental though. I go where I'm supposed to go, and something told me this is where I was supposed to be tonight. Let's be vague and weird about it. Look at Stella. She's like, they're so adorable. Just text me, okay? I've spent more time than I'd liked coming down here, and I have an incredibly busy day ahead of me. Expect to see you back at the estate tonight. Hey, Tabby, let me know if you're free sometime, okay? Tabitha sighs. You're relentless. We'll see, but don't get your hopes up. What, do you want to go into the mines? Hey, you good? Sorry about Tabby, she totally blindsided me. Oh my god, that was so embarrassing. You shouldn't let Tabitha treat you like that. There's nothing you could have done. I think she means well. How are you? That was a little tense. Please warn me the next time my cousin's out for blood. I think she means well. Yeah, doesn't that mean your feelings don't matter? Or that doesn't mean your feelings don't matter. That was tense. You okay? Powerful build and Mystic is honestly one of the funniest combos ever. Yeah, no, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, Punch Mage is the way I'm going. So often, I mentioned it in the first episode, but so often in these kinds of games, people go the high perception, like high speed or reflexes route. And I know that was really popular in Disco Elysium, so people don't often go the himbo route. I don't get anything, but you're right, that sucked. I couldn't care less. I'd rather just pretend nothing happened. Happy I stayed here. Me too. Anyways, sorry for that rude awakening. I'd been up for a little while, but was hoping to get a little extra sleep. But you're up now. We got a full day ahead of us if we're going to get to the bottom of this. How are you so chipper? Last night was horrible. I guess it was pretty gnarly, but those ditchlings are exactly the sort of thing I've been looking for my entire life. It's not like anyone got hurt either. I mean, nobody did, but your dog almost died if I hadn't been a sick badass and saved them. Except for those poor critters in the woods. Shouldn't just bury your feelings like that. What we saw in the woods last night would mess with anyone. I figure out the mystery at hand when you can punch things? Exactly! There's no cosmic horror that can't just be destroyed by me punching it. Yeah, that was the sort of thing that traumatized most folks, but I guess that's just not who I am. I'm fine, really. Besides, we have a task to focus on. There'll be time to be traumatized later. What if we skip town and just ride things out? Wanna know what the other binders... Alright, boss, what's the game plan? First things first, I was planning on swinging by the library. She winked at me. I'm melting. Kanika's got a head start on us. Looks like she's already there. Well, that reminds me. Let's set up a group chat. What's your number? Oh shit, Dino Gang's coming back! You and Stella exchange numbers. A text message from Stella to you and Kanika. It reads group chat. Hopefully I can find out more about ditchlings from some of the older local books there. Also got a couple of threads cooking on my cryptid forums, but who knows if that'll pan out. Anyways, daylight's burning, so let's roll out as soon as you finish getting dressed. Powerful build! Need protein. Must have expired fast food. Need protein. So hungry. Muscles waning. Don't worry about it. I've packed all sorts of snacks for the day. Oscar totally won't mind if we get to the library. Okay, get dressed and head into town. I got snacks. The walk to town was short. Stella's house is barely a stone's throw from what remains of Scarlet Hollow's once bustling main street. You shudder as you stare down the thoroughfare, both from the chill in the morning air and the all-too-present memories of everything you witnessed last night. See that building labeled Town Hall? It's actually the library. Well, it's also the Town Hall, but that's just a small upstairs office nowadays. I guess this town's not what it used to be. That and our mayor's really into going on walks. There's actually going to be a meet and greet later this week. Could be just the pick-me-up we need, what with everything that's been going on. I know, right? This is the pick-me-up I needed with everything that's been going on. Maybe he'll take this whole ditchling thing. Yuck, politicians. I'm fine with some politicians. Sounds fun. I'd love to meet the mayor. Sweet, you won't regret it. Oh hey! Hey Avery! One and Stella, same to you, Quasi. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you. Coming from Stella's, huh? Did y'all have a slumber party? Damn right we did. Oh, look at the blush. Look at the wink from Avery and the blush from Stella. Look at that. Oh, I'm the biggest member on her YouTube channel. I wonder what Stella's fans are called. Because it's a cryptid YouTube channel. What's crypt scribers? Crypt scribers? I don't know. I can't think of a good pun right now for the fan name. I'll cook. Skullfuckers? No, I think that's Oodles. Critters. Oh, that's a good one, him. Okay, him got it. Him got it. Yeah, good job, him. That's a good one. Sorry, y'all, but I'm actually in a bit of a rush this morning. I really can't stop the chat. Oodles language cited. Take me a bit to set up, so if you want to catch up with folks or grab something at the diner, you can meet me at the library when you're done. I like how Oodles putting the lipsies and then the shaking ass mushroom. Just sure that you'll catch up with Avery and Sybil, or oh sure, see you in a bit. I'll catch up with you too. You gesture towards Avery and Sybil and give Stella a thumbs up. Cool, see you soon. I'm so down bad. Huh, she always has time to chat. Something happened last night? Oh, well, Stella and Quasi just got up to a bit of trouble, that's all. It's not my place to share. Well, it's your place to share, right? Tell Avery the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. If Stella didn't want to say anything, then I'm not going to say anything either. I'm traumatized. She's nosy much. If Stella didn't want to say anything, then I'm not going to say anything either. Okay, I guess that's fair. Hope everything's okay. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. Why don't you swing by the diner if you want to decompress? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. Think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. Now Sybil's winking at me. Everybody's winking at me. I've been playing this game for 20 minutes and already like four people have winked at me. No, 3 people. 3 people have winked at me. Avery, Sybil, and Stella. Tabitha definitely did not wink at me. No pressure. Anyway, it's up to you. See you around, Quasi. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. See, you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. Better get back to it myself. Glad I was able to catch you this morning. If only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Quasi, I have a question. Shoot, Raxby. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Can a Cyclops wink? Yeah. Yeah, I think a Cyclops can wink. I think a Cyclops can, yeah. I believe so. Like, it's a little bit harder to tell, you know? But I think a Cyclops can still wink. Like, if... You know, it's a good question, but I think it's yes. I think it's yes. I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with yes. You know, it's how it's delivered, the wink. So you know it's not just a blink. But it also adds a little bit of mystique to the situation because you're like, you know, you start to second guess yourself. You're like, did that hot Cyclops just wink at me? Or were they just blinking? You know? Adds a little bit of danger to the situation. We both know there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. Trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. So sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Quasi, and God bless. I don't need God. I have the power of protein. Stella said you had some time to kill before she finished setting up. Aw, shit. This is my persona moment where I've got to decide if I want to go take a bath to get my charm up, or if I want to go try to eat that big burger at the restaurant. Swing by the diner, swing by the general store, head to the library. General store? Because isn't there a new character you can meet? The real answer is to eat the burger? Only if I have the stats to do it. If I don't have the stats to do it, that's a waste of time. I'm going to swing by the general store. We know Avery's at the diner, but this is a new character, I think? It's your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. Young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. You should leave town! There are monsters in the woods! What a way to start a conversation. That's the Family Guy meme with Peter and Quagmire, where Peter goes, "What the fuck? I just sat down. Who the hell starts a conversation like that?" If I wanted to buy chips, what you doing on your phone? Yeah, what you doing on your phone? You listening to a Leafy Zero stream? Games? Probably haven't heard of them. Hey, I'm Quasi. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you, or... Miles size. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Won't Kanika get mad? Well, she shouldn't have left me in charge while she's off doing whatever. Kanika cares about running the place right. She can hire someone else and let me live my life. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. I'm not about to turn down free stuff. No, I'm gonna pay for my chips. I insist. I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them. I'm good. I don't need food that badly. Cousin had syntactic characterization, yeah. Have it your way. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. Take a map of the town. The mines are a couple of miles away, but you now have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. I'm not going to tell you leave town, there's monsters in the woods. See you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. I see a smudge on my glasses and I want to get rid of it. There it is. See, the problem with me being a punch mage is, like, if I lose my glasses, like if I had a D&D character, that would be like one of my things. I'm a punch mage, but if something happens in combat and my glasses fall off, I incur like a huge accuracy debuff. So I'm useless. So I'm strong, but if somebody knocks my glasses off, I'm just Velma. I'm just on the ground, ass in the air, saying, my glasses, I can't see without my glasses. It's from the Fairly Odd Parents? Or Fairy Odd Parents? Is it? I don't remember a D&D episode. Oh, right, you're talking about when King Arthur gets the glasses and says, I can see, I can fight. That moment? Don't have glasses? Got it? No, Oodles, that's not what you're supposed to take from this. It's because I said it was a D&D setting and I was gonna be on the ground searching for my well, no, wait, here you go. Okay, Oodles. Humor me. You get glasses. You get them knocked off in a fight with, like, let's say an orc, a minotaur, and a werewolf. All of a sudden, little Oodles is on the ground saying, oh no, where are my glasses? Ass in the air. Come on. Now you have to get the glasses. Miles doesn't respond as you turn, and then a white shoes. Miles doesn't respond. I'll swing by the diner too. Get towards the diner. I hope this doesn't like screw me up on time or something. Diner's a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. I'm sorry, breakfast food makes me sick. Hey. Warn the patrons of the danger. Yeah, no, that's a good way for us to know. Hey, Avery. What a dreamboat. You slide into the booth beside Avery. Or across from Avery. Yeah, there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. Wait, what? Oh. You're doing a crossword. I was like, what the hell are you on about? I just walk up to my table and say oink. What? The clue is pin sound. How's that a sound a pin makes? Wait, pin like pig pin? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? That's pretty obtuse. I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. Something to do to fill the time. Maybe we should switch to Sudoku. No, I hate Sudoku. Don't switch to Sudoku, please. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, I know you said it wasn't your place to talk about last night, but if you happen to change your mind... I'm gonna try my tea. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. I'm a mystic. Oh, color me impressed. Not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. What if you don't believe me about last night? Say last night, but what if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge, I'm here to listen. Last night still feels raw. Why don't we just talk? I'm not really sure I can talk about it. What if we just chat? Deadly feel you? What do you want to know? Have you lived here your whole life? Nah, moved here from Charlotte? Gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more, I've lost track. Everybody want a fun fact? I just picked Morgan up from her train. She got on it in Charlotte. She was in Charlotte. She was in Charlotte. That's literally where she just came from. That's crazy, you live in Charlotte? Charlotte sucks. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Devs are listening? Charlotte sucks. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Get it, I felt like out of place this whole time I've been here. Why'd you leave Charlotte? I can't wait for you to say it's a shithole. You don't mind me asking? Oh, that's cool. I was having some education disputes with my folks. They had thoughts on how my life was supposed to go, and I had other plans. But, wasn't great. Especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. Okay, yeah, no shit talking about Charlotte. It's fine. People just drive nuts over there. It's scary. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. I haven't felt like an outsider at all. Everyone's been so welcoming. Tabitha excluded. Present company included. Present company included. Yeah, I don't think it's the kind of thing you notice until you've really lived somewhere, but hey, who knows? Alright, I should probably head out. Totally get that. We're just about to start anyway, so perfect timing. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. Leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Thanks, Winnie. And Avery. You leave the diner. Visit my cousin or head to the library? I mean... as much as I want to check in on Tabitha, I feel like in these sorts of games, it's usually in your best interest to really foster a relationship with, you know, one character in particular. Do we want to go do book stuff? Or do we want to go mess around in a mine, possibly get coal lung, maybe have a cave-in, or do we want to go to the library? I think we're gonna go to the library. I think that's the safer option. You enter the former town hall. What in the hell is happening in this picture? What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into a row of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Is that Oodles? Oh wait, no, that's Stella. Never mind. Because there's Gretchen. Oh hey, you made it! Shush Stella and point at all of the books before heading over to her table. I'm gonna shush Stella and point at all the books. Quietly shush Stella before heading over to her table. This is a library. Oh my god, I love your hair. Oh my god, glasses, hair. Uh-oh. Me too, Gretchen. Me too. Oh god, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Uh-oh. Hey Quasi, you look tired. There wasn't a Tim hover over titty. I was looking at this. Looking at this. Falling in love with the game? I'm falling in love with a few people, yeah. There was no titty hover. No titty hover at all. I just love this hair. While salivating? I mean, okay. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Morgan? Can you blame me? That's right. It's hard to fall asleep last night. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. I mean this in, like, the nicest way possible. This is such an Oodles line. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before, bestie. Like, that's such an Oodles right there. You know? It's such an Oodles. Oodles never seen Scooby-Doo, but that's the thing. She would still use Scooby-Doo as a verb. You know? She would still Scooby-Doo. Snitch on Miles? I'm not a snitch. I'll sleep when I'm dead. You can't just tell someone they look tired. Yeah, you can. I'll sleep when I'm dead. It was hard to fall asleep last night. It was hard to fall asleep last night. This is true for me because I never sleep well, not in my bed. God. I'm sorry, I just can't get glasses. Glasses. Alright? I'm sorry. Stella, love you. Yeah, it was pretty hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. What is this? Oh, this is like peanut brittle? Can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. Hello. And literal stranger. Hi. That's a lot of cheese, if that's cheese. Hey, I'm Quasi, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Hide menu. Wait, why does him want me to hide the menu? Does him want a better look at the chest? Here you go, him. There you are. Enjoy. Also, what is this little thing down here? Hey, I'm Quasi, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. That's not cheese. It might be a quiche. It might be a quiche. Maybe. These look like nuts or like some other shit. No, it's okay, him. We know what you wanted to see, and it's okay. We value that here. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only librarian. Don't like beards? Oh no, I was talking about these two characters. I mean, anybody that's down for Oscar, you know, that's totally fine, but I don't really like beards either. Wood? Yeah, I thought Oodles would. It's a librarian, so... Oscar's amazing. Practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. I don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Hey, sometimes those are good. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? Rosalina? She's here? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she's hasn't been answering my text, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowd she hangs around with. Good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. Went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. It's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. Can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I like the thoughts of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. It is a big library for a single person, especially since there's like exhibits and stuff too. I'm sure she's fine. Oh, whoops. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Nika's right. Some weird stuff going on in the woods. It's actually why we came in today. Have you heard of creatures called ditchlings? They apparently show up around places on the brink of disaster. And they kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepy pasta. Damn, what a description! You nailed it! Holy shit! Now I just have an image in my head of one of us poking the ditchlings and they go, oh. You know, like the Pillsbury Doughboy does in the commercials where you poke the tummy and then he goes, oh. You know? Nobody? Okay. Nick's mom told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings? Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were trying to predict a horrible disaster might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella? You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it. Whole. I don't think you're supposed to... Okay. Pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling this town. Well, she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on in those woods. Do you really not feel where all of this is going? The moment their whispers made their way to me, it's like everything started to click into place. A reckoning is coming for this town. I like the idea of just being a weirdo muscle person. Like, I occasionally just say off-the-wall shit like this, but when stuff hits the fan, I start punching. Look at how she's looking at me, God. Oh, don't look at me like that, please. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. What is your phone cover? What is that? Can't tell what it is. It looks like it's like yellow and it has a bunch of things written on it. It's just a page. It looks like a sign-in book. That's what it looks like. Because it has like a bunch of names written on the left side and then, you know. Don't mind Quasi. They've been hanging out with Stella too much. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Quasi, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in head. I never noticed the cover because he's such a nerd. teaching people new things because they were too obsessed with how hot the character was to pay attention to the other details. We're learning new things here. I have 2 moods: borderline insane prophecies and punching Quasi's character. Pretty much. Oscar does feel like the heart trip would. Got him. Just grabbed the whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright. It's going to be so much faster with the 2 of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Oh my god, you have a cute bat sticker too. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, a history of Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Flip through Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Appalachian folk monsters. Reading is for suckers. This is what Leafy would choose. Right here. Just skip the explore option and go straight for that. That's the leaf choice. I'm gonna look at Appalachian folk monsters. Few entries catch your eye. Wampus cat, a large cat-like creature with a large howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Tommy knockers? Okay, I know this is going to sound wild, but to me, when I see something named Tommy knockers, I just have an image of some sort of creature with a massive set, let's say. Big naturals. Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Tailipo? A small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. Why'd you eat snail po? Her traits in this game is talk to animals and man the amount of times Gretchen reacts and chimes in. Oh yeah, I can imagine that would be fun. Like, talking to animals is just like, once again, another one of those I'm sure a lot of people picked. Wampus cat. Look at Kitty! Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat that witnessed forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, I almost said indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. I'm just saying, if there was a cat woman, like actual cryptid, I'm sure there would be many, many, many people that would not fear it. I'm just saying. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Okay, what's a Tommy knocker? Tommy knockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the support of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They're traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are spirit of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Tailipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin, in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it is, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. I immediately looked at that, and I was getting ready to say, like, one of the creatures' names from, Hotline, the Home Safety Hotline. A boggart. It's a boggart. It's a boggart, that's what it is. Tommy knockers are in SMT games, it's just knockers. I don't think I remember this creature. But it was quick, and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw 2 big yellow eyes staring back at him. I want my taily-po. Oh wait, that's a high hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. Go away! He screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my taily-po, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you! The hunter squealed, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. I want my taily-po! Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out toward the hunter. Imagine you reading this aloud in this voice. Next to Stella. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They're hearing it. I'm doing this in the library. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night. But the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. You're done here. You close the book and put it back. Veins of Scarlet's. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain of the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his 2 eldest sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his 3rd eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Andrew Jackson, huh? Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Don't avoid the union. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse in 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. When are they going to reference Biltmore? Casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. Quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. Federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. Land would become Scarlet Hollow. It started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own 2 hands, occupied by his family of 10. 10? Jesus. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Fuck off. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. Saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any national disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Kitty! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel. Oh, that's such a cute kitty name. I want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. Can't stand the thought of people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? No, leave Pixel be. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table fast asleep. Aww. Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if you need anything. Any luck with Rosalina? Any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I know a teen would be a handful, but I didn't expect it to happen overnight. Probably head out once you're all done and checking on her usual haunts. Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. First two of the bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Where's Goldsboro? That's kind of far from me. I don't know a ton about Goldsboro. We have a lot of boroughs. Greensboro, Wilkesboro, Goldsboro. 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right. It's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, and most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set, so the nuke made the ditchlings. The bomb is somewhere else. Why would there be so many ditchlings? I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. Just saying, you never know with radiation. You actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters, and a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in quietly and whisper. You guys think there's, like, a cult here? Maybe the ditchlings were actually some nudists doing some sort of weird ritual. Maybe the ditchlings were, like, summoned as part of a ritual or something like that. Seems unlikely. Veins of Scarlet? Not the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I can never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. Not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Wow. Tabitha, you gotta let the union in. Union busting, mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what that sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse in 1918. Teachers love to emphasize how many children had been working down there, probably try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar if you ask me. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse? Writing it down on the list of potential disasters. I love the little note here that just has a ditchling crudely drawn and then 2 question marks. Yeah, Stella, that's morbid. Besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way he could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Phew, I'd be worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. Never know. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. He got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. Oh, that's the one! About a nickel for every union busting story I heard about this week, I'd have 2 nickels. Yup. He got off easy if you ask me. I agree with Stella. Maybe the ditchlings are warning about another collapse. What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Not sure I agree with the collapse angle, but the mines seem important. Mines seem too obvious. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room snuck up on us last night and called out Quasi by name. Yeah, there's definitely something weird about him. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Huh. Yeah, that could work. Silas? Silas Scarlet. Rich guy in the south? I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Eesh. Figured old money from the south wouldn't be great, but he, sure did some things to get where he was, huh? That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on the subject. Damn right, Oscar. Damn right. Oscar's giving some good tips here. Doodle on Stella's notebook was so cute. Yeah, it's very adorable. Yep, Doodle's a monster. Mine's made a lot of money during the Civil War too, and you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Damn straight. The wrong side. Sorry you're related to him. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? The town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing onto itself, no offense. Seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what he has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. Yeah. So that seems like a terrible person, but I don't think he has anything to do with that. I agree. We're talking about ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. Never hurts to have historical context. Damn right. Oscar's winning me over. Now you're talking about historical context, Oscar? Good shit. If he hits me with a primary source, I'm gonna get hype. Appalachian folk monsters. Wampus cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between a person size and cat sized. Yeah, definitely. They're 100% mountain lions. You know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. The myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. Now here we are. I'll delete those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. Holding you to it. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommy knockers? What with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommy knockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommy knockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Yeah, I've heard that before. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? Simply no way to know. Mom used to tell me that Telepo story. I'd forgotten about it. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. This old chimney's in the woods that I used to think about was the chimney from Telepo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. Doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Telepo. Camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's move on. I think we should head back to the woods. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop? We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Yeah, going into the actual mines sounds like a horrible idea. Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. Promise, Sneaks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. Just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. Hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. For the record, this wasn't my idea. Do we have to? Maybe Tabitha can help us out. Finally, the opportunity I've been looking for to get to know Tabitha. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love that we're snooping around. The opportunity I've been looking for. I don't think she's going to be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines, let alone bothering her while she's trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure pissed is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese. Sneak around the mine, no problem. She won't even know we were there. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. Really missed that dude. Can't believe it's how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. Didn't realize it was getting so bad, poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. Seemed excited to meet Quasi. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it! See you, Oscar. We'll let you know when we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted. Okay, we're finally out of the library. Alright, Reese. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unyielding wilderness, or unending wilderness. Oh, I love your hat! Reese, Stella, brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud, he's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? Woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Is this a tired mom? Leafy, down, boy. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out? Nothing strenuous, we promise. Not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. I'm allowed to bark. Quasi is now that meme turning away from Stella and looking at Kanika. Honestly, yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, obviously, I would go the oodles why choose route personally, but my why choose would just be these two. Actually, it'd just be these two right here. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. Whoops. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Quasi would get along super well too. Oh no, look at Stella's puppy eyes. I understand it would do the same. Hi, I'm Quasi, Vivian's kid? Stella, if Reese is that sick, we shouldn't be dragging him along on adventures. Yeah, nothing strenuous. I might not want to mention that I'm Vivian's kid. That might be bad. I'm gonna stay silent. Kelly looks you up and down. You don't think you've done anything wrong, but she's certainly making you feel like you have. Reese's mom turns back to the house sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. Just want to hang out with Reese and he misses both of you too. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and y'all can hang. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Quasi. That'd be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those? Ew. No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then? That's not... okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. But thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Oh my god, her fit. Her fit! With the belt? Oh my god. That's such a good fit. I'm also biased because this is something Morgan would totally wear. Jesus, the fit. Look at that. Alright, I'm sorry. Down, Quasi? I refuse. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quietly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. Yeah, I might have been super won over. I might have been super won over. Ah, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Anyways, always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. I mean, Stella's still fantastic, and like we saw Kanika last time, but she had her hair up and she wasn't wearing the glasses. But this just shows how incredibly obvious it is that as soon as you put glasses on someone, oh yeah, oh yeah. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry, I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. Shouldn't be take too long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Quasi. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why not just drive up with Kanika? Aren't the mines a bit of a ways off? Don't worry about it, Quasi. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. Gets a little tight with more than 2 people. Shit. Oh. I don't like this. Because I'm thinking about one thing. Thinking about one thing. No, I didn't forget that she hates cars. I just click on all of the Explorer options just on instinct, basically. Because I want to see the stuff, and I know it doesn't progress the, dialogue. Ha 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 ha. Leafy? I don't want to hear it. I hope you get stuck in that forest in Sonic Adventure again next time, you little shit. It's height with more than 2 people. So I'm thinking about it from like a protecting people standpoint. Stella will be alone in the woods with nothing but Gretchen. Alright? Kanika will be in a car. If a ditchling comes out in the middle of the road, she'll just ride over the damn thing. Right? She has a car. But Stella has a pug that is 17 years old, apparently. So... I don't know. I don't know. She was fine without you. She'll be fine again. We ride. But they needed me to punch out things. Depending on how far the walk is and how strenuous it is, I don't think I would prefer the walk, honestly. I'd prefer the ride. You can vibe in a ride. Alright, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. I really want to talk to the new character. Believe me, I do. But I think it would be rough to make Stella walk by herself. You know, Kanika will get there really quickly. It'll be a short drive for Kanika. It will be like I'm not even there. But the walk will be lonely. So we're gonna walk. Walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. Bye, Queen. Hello, Queen. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel the danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you last night, but it was also kind of an objectively horrible experience. I'm a little worried you'd bolt first thing in the morning. Shaking my head. You go, yeah, Leafy, why don't you play it then? Huh? Where's my Leafy Zero stream Scarlet Hollow? Huh? Hit me with it. I don't voice act. You don't gotta. You can just click through all the text and make the choices. This is hard not to feel a connection after going through something like that together. You don't need to voice act. I don't even need to voice act. It's not like it adds that much. I listen to English dub and pick the horny options, then I goon. I know why, because he's a... Okay, Oodles, okay, Oodles. Alright, his name's Robert, yep, uh-huh. I get this reference. So it's hard not to feel a connection after going through something like that together. Are you hitting on me? I feel it too. That's cheesy. Yeah, but we just met. I already feel like we're such good friends. Don't get too attached, I'm just here for the mystery. I feel it too. Are you hitting on me? I would not ask this because I wouldn't be able to pick up on the fact that someone's hitting on me. She could literally just be like, hey, I'm into you, kiss me and say, I like you, and I would still be like, oh, you're such a nice person. I'm glad we're good friends. I'm oblivious as shit. I'm oblivious as shit. This is in-game Quasi? In-game Quasi would do that too. All in-game Quasi cares about is protein and saying vague shit about the weave and the veil. In-game Quasi is just as oblivious. I didn't choose the hot option. The only way this would work is if I chose the hot option. I'm not hot. Signals are meant to be realized 7 years later down the line when you're about to go to bed. Exactly, Del. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to say I feel it too, specifically with the caveat of my character just thinks, oh, we shared a moment. There's no flirtation going on. My character just thinks you're being nice. I feel it too. Oh, yeah? I'm glad you feel the same way. Huh, why is she blushing? I don't understand. Was it something I said? Did I say something weird? I'm probably looking into it too hard. You know, it is pretty dark out here, or pretty bright out here. Maybe she got like sunburned or something, or you know, it's a little cold. Maybe her cheeks are going red. It's not that she's into me. That's not it. That's not it at all. That could never be it. I should stop thinking about these things. I'm stupid. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt, with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. Oh, hey, it's our state bird, the cardinal. And it's a male. Well, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. Same probably goes to the two of us. Guess we're all a little on edge. It's right to the mine. Shouldn't be much further. There's a ditchling under that. Queen! Kamika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. Didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. Makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. We're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. Should probably be on lookout duty. A bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. Probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. What's the one time I wish you had more experience with visual novels / romance games? I have no idea what that means, really. But interesting. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? It means that you could have picked Kanika. I'm imagining that's the case, but I knew that when I chose the option. That's why I chose that option for Stella. I mean, Kanika's hot, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like I know her enough to really have that. Stella's the only one here that I've actually shared an experience with that would make me feel comfortable enough having a relationship with her. Legitimately. You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. Oh. Take it I'm the one going in. I'm sure I'll fit right in with a bunch of burly coal miners. Talking to people scares me. I take it I'm the one going in? I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about. Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know. Probably for the best, Quasi. Ugh. Let me readjust. It's kind of the opposite of what Leafy said. I don't even know what that means, but I don't want to look into it too much. I don't really put much stock in what I'm actually choosing here because I'm more like just go based off of vibes, and whatever path I end up on is whatever path I end up on. And I never expect myself to do well or do good at games. So what you see is what you get. Enjoy your flambe, Leafy. Probably for the best, Quasi. She'll fit right in. I don't want to choose that. I'm not bragging about my physique. I'll use it when I need to. Just in sneaking around. I'm going to go find my cousin. Talking to people scares me. You're good. I got this. You'll do great. Mika hands you a pair of earbuds. You can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Yeah, thanks. Or, thanks. I do try my best. Guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? We're here to walk up to some miners and tell them it was fate that brought you here and that mystical forces are at work? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella and Kanika chuckle at the other end of the line. Alright, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. Enter. Pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mine. There's definitely a very good reason I don't have a lot of experience with visual novels, because I've never been able to actually sit down and play something like this on my own. It's impossible for my brain to function with. I'm in. Alright, Morpheus, good to know. Go straight to the main office to find your cousin. Approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners. A blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. Got a reason to be bothering us? Y'all should get out of town. So I met this guy on the bus. You know what? So I met this guy on the bus. Wore a beanie and a shirt that said, I want to, yeah. He said he had some friends working the mines up here. Anything to do with what's going on in town? A lot of people wear beanies. He also talked about how he used to push joggers into the Baltimore Harbor. Does that ring any bells? None. Not a clue. Yeah, I think I remember someone like that. Is anything weird? Miners look you up and down. Weird how? Like, weird animal sightings? Nope. You been talking to that townie? One the boss gave a lifetime ban to? Are they talking about me? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. And that's me, alright. Oh, that's so sweet. You know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing any animals at all lately. Used to be all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly just birds. First year up here, ain't it? Just not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all. I don't know, she's got a point. Been up here 5 years now and I've never seen anything like this before. Maybe it's that global warming and they're calling it climate change now. Yeah, they are. That I'm in made me think of Stella. I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the miners. Exactly. People getting sick? Like more than usual? Nope, nothing like that. Feel fit as an ox. We have good working conditions in the mine, and our health's wholly looked after. Weird noises coming from the woods. Not a peep. We're underground most of the day, though. I heard something unusual the other night. Thought it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right. It was an owl. You're just not used to local wildlife. You knocking in the mines? Barely hear nothing when the machines are going. You're right, it's loud as shit. Does sound like knocking, though. The way the machine pounds through the rock. Not sure if that's what you were thinking. Not asking about Tommy knockers, are you? Tommy what else? Tommy knockers, they're like an old Welsh myth. Little guys live in mines and knock on walls before they collapse. Nothing like that around here. Got a couple of other questions. Ask them about Wayne. You know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we know him. Such a cut-up. Miss that dude. He accosted me last night. Wait, what? No way. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, I guess he's still around. Costing people at night? That doesn't sound like him at all. Pressed him? What do you think happened to him? What are you, some sort of cop? Yeah, I'm a cop and I'm looking at whatever happened. No. Just tell me what happened. Fuck off. Hey, Zax, come on, man. Nah, I've been here decades longer than you and I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start. Sorry. Miners pack up their things and leave. Apparently I gave off too much cop vibes. Maybe it was just me, but they seem to think Wayne was dead, right? Wasn't just you. Don't worry about the miners storming off like that. That's some pretty good info. Approach another group? Wherever the next group. Before you reach the miners, you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. Oh. Hey, you're on the cover of the game. Show him who's boss. What are you? Run. Your buddies seem to think you're dead. Stop stalking me. Why are you following me? Do you need help? Ghost. Alright, I'm not gonna knock him on his ass because we need answers. What are you? Flesh and blood, much like yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Quasi, you still there? We're just getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Oh, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. You okay? Whatever he is, I don't think he's human. He had said some really ominous shit. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. This means we're on the right track. Whatever he is, I don't think he's human. I hate to say it, but between the way those miners talked about him and how the call went to static, what if he's a ghost? Like, actually a ghost? I hate to say it, Stella. I don't think anything would make you happier than Wayne being a ghost. Also, ghosts aren't real. You know, just because I want ghosts to be real doesn't mean I want this ghost harassing Quasi. He said some really ominous shit to me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety, that sort of thing. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. It just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. When trying to make me leave just means that we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Quasi, we've got your back. Also an Oodles thing to say. Approach another group. Actually, I'm going to find Tabitha first. She deserves to know what's going on. Yeah. Make your way to the trailer in the middle of the camp. Tell Stella and Kanika you're about to hang up. Hey guys, I'm gonna hang up real quick. I don't want Tabitha to think I'm spying on her. You disconnect from the call before opening the door. Enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. What are you doing here? I can just leave if you want. No, you're already here. Might as well tell me what's so important. Someone's been following me. I just wanted to spend some time with you. I didn't like how we left things off. Someone's been following me. A guy named Wayne's been following me. He jumped me last night. He knows me by name, and I'm pretty sure he works or worked at the mines. Something's seriously wrong with him, too. He just ambushed me a few minutes ago, too, right in the mining camp. I don't know what to tell you. Look, I'm sure if you ask around about him, you'll hear some rumors, especially from my employees. They like to gossip. There was a man named Sam Wayne who worked here for a spell, then he disappeared. Happens all the time in this line of work. People show up for a job from out of town, and they disappear one day after getting paid. I don't know what happened to the man. I didn't even know he was still alive, but of course my workers blame me for running him off. Whatever. It's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing. If you've seen him around, that's news to me, and also none of my business as he is no longer in my employ. Is there anything else I can help you with? Ditchlings. There are monsters in the woods, Tabitha. I know it's hard to take this seriously, but we caught them on camera. And they're supposedly a portent of doom for the town. Not asking you to believe me, but I'm asking you to take me seriously. I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming from this town, it's all because it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in, but if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I can swing by when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. See you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears and redial. Hey, is everything good? I think she's hiding something. Woman's hiding a lot of things, but if some of those things are related to what's happening in town... Oh, come on, Neeks. Cut Quasi some slack. Tabby's not that bad. She totally is, though. No, he's sticking around here. Back outside to continue your investigation. Bands. Stella's bands. If you see this girl, tell her to leave, and her little dog, too. October. What's the, garbage on the floor? It's just garbage. A McDonald's bag. I'm the boss. Just a jar of peanut butter. Fly traps. Okay. Nothing too crazy. Head back outside. Head back inside. Or no, outside for both of them. We were just doing different things. I'm gonna continue. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of the hill. That must be the... Yep, this is the daughter. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What's she doing there? Or here? Clearly she's doing a delinquency. She's probably fine. What should we do? I mean, we should go after her. What if she gets hurt? Can you imagine what Tabitha would do if she catches Rosalina here? Alright, I'm on my way. Oh, fuck. You rush over the hill and get your bearings. The sound of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. What is that up in the tree? Something about the mine feels wrong, as though a cold anger lies burning inside, sucking the life from the surrounding hills. This is the site of a mass grave. What is that? Is that looks like a ditchling, I think. Up there in the top left. Doesn't look like any sort of creature I would be able to recognize otherwise. And the footprints? Whoops. That was T. Oh, I just put it on auto. No, we want to turn that off. I accidentally pressed T on my keyboard. Yeah, there's just 2 sets of footprints. Guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a hangout spot these days. What, the Shaw Mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. Here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Remember all those bad feelings I got last night? This place is cursed. Yep, this place feels straight up cursed. I mean, like Anika said, a lot of people died down there. A lot of spooky history in this place. For all we know, maybe all that death left some kind of mark down here. Okay, just because a bunch of people died in there doesn't mean it's cursed. Come on. I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Are you sure, Neeks? Quasi and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I hate the thought of other people getting trapped down there even more. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Shit. I feel like I should. Also, the whispering's back. I'm calling her. Pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do these things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. Was your internet that was a problem? It looks like there was buffering from one of Twitch's servers. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't quite catch what happened because I was watching the stream while I was waiting at the train station. I saw some skipping, but I thought that may have just been my phone. Called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around. I swear to God. I'm sorry. My mind's made up. You hang up the call. Follow Kanika and Stella. Take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. This is a rare place where your well-muscled frame feels like it might be more of a hindrance than a help. Okay, that sucks. Hey, you made it. Told you they would. For a second there, Kanika thought you were making a beeline for Tabby. Actually I kinda did. I called her before coming in. Are you kidding me? I thought you learned your lesson about that woman. Tabitha is not your friend. Well, what matters is the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. Sorry, Kanika. It's fine if you hate me. It's okay. I don't mind. It's okay. It's understandable. It's understandable. It's understandable, Kanika. I wouldn't like me either, to be fair. I don't got a lot of the likenesses. Can I take a moment to bring up Stella's dimples? I've kind of noticed them. I'm not really someone to pick up on dimples much. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a year ago. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be. This one's real bad, you know, because of the child miners, or should I say the minor miners. I don't know if this is the correct time for that joke, Stella. Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead children laborers while walking on their graves. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage. Right in my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella, the things you do for your viewers, did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. All I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? Mine's going to collapse and we're all going to die here, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. Just how wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. This brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Bat babies! Sky puppy! Stella turns her flashlight upward toward an alcove ahead. This guy's got me real good the last time I was here alone. Oh my god, there are bats down here? I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. You looking up? You holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Nikto stopped mid-sentence by a thundering knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. That was a warning. Mine's collapsing. It's gotta be a Tommyknocker. We should hurry and find Rosalina. Y'all are being babies. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Whoa. You don't think it's Tommyknockers, do you? Okay, no. Tommyknockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'll just spend some extra time poking around here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. Three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommyknockers. Came from this way. Follow me. These kids are in so much trouble. Follow Stella. Even Kanika follows Stella further into the mine. Hey, you little shits. Oh, hey, it's that kid. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turn and stare at you with annoyance. What the hell are you all doing in here? The hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. What are you, 5? What are you guys even doing here? This is the most miserable place I've ever been. Make sure you don't hurt yourselves. Your dad's looking for you. Chill out, Kanika. They're just teens. Something terrible in this place that wants to be left alone. Get out of here before it leaves its mark on you. Something terrible in this place that wants to be left alone. Get out of here before it leaves its mark on you. Tell your creepy friend to leave us alone, General Store Lady. Rosalina, your dad is worried sick about you. And if you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell would you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place not dangerous enough? Because no one actually comes in here, duh. Everyone knows we hang out at the Maxwell place now, so we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found, so I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. Can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. He could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Should you kids have school tomorrow anyways? It's fall break. And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays and Mom's there, so it's fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine. I do think you're being a little bit harsh here. Dad's dead, Kanika. And if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere and nobody's supposed to bother us? I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but can we maybe do this not in an abandoned coal mine? Can you at least do your underage drinking somewhere a little safer? We should let the kids have their fun. If these kids just want to make bad decisions, this is what y'all do for fun around here. Maybe the ditchlings were kind of inevitable. I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but maybe we could do it not in an abandoned coal mine. Oh, and what are you? An expert on mine safety? More of an expert than a bunch of fucking teenagers are, you little shit! We only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's an actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about. And I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month, and he says this place is totally safe, and we can hang out here anytime we want. Boom. See? Good. Glad I called Tabitha. Tabitha, come here and give justice. Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh shit. Oh hey Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. None of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean. It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, I thought that was Kanika actually. Oh come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slashes a strut on the ceiling. Oh, you're such stupid little shits with your stupid fucking Bugs Bunny t-shirt. You goddamn Jet Set Radio character reject. Oh, was that the knocking we heard earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out, you're embarrassing us. Sorry for Zane's behavior, I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Just like you, Rosalina, you're chill. Not like you, Rosalina, you're chill and smart too. Enough. The damage is already done, now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. I used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave. Much like it's entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from the Nines not a clear enough message? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear that sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you're running around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. Alright, Becca. We're gonna need you to calm it down with your fucking budget-ass Jack Skellington wannabe shirt, alright? Why don't you go fucking home and watch Nightmare Before Christmas? If she's sad, so what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Jesus. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Alexis, tell him about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. Or yeah, tell him. Been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. Got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do the underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for that. He's a good guy, and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse? I mean, he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Like, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It'd be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it. Like I'm still just a little kid. You're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. Weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Okay, Tabitha, please. We're not gonna question child labor laws, for fuck's sake. I'm fine with being a little bit harsh on the kids because they put themselves into a very dangerous situation, but you really, really don't need to be being like, oh, back in my day you would have been, well, not back in your day, but back in my dad's day you would have been working. Exactly, Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. Oh, fuck off, Becca. Jesus. My god. Doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I rest my case. Well, you still have a fucking Jack Skellington t-shirt. Or hoodie. What do you have to say about that, huh? Wait, what did you say about child labor? I'm not going to weigh in on this. It's between you, your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. Sure, Oscar's doing this to protect you. You're right. Oscar should treat you more like an adult. How do you know there isn't a ghost? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. Back in my dad's day, we had a 15-person polycule in this cave. Yup. I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, like, ghostbust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghostbust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. Maybe we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, well, problem solved. No, Rosalina, you can always stay over at my house until Stella ghostbusts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are you talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care. I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suppose the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or crushed by rocks or meets any one of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. You never want to see a hyphen in one of these games. Kanika was interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. What was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. And this isn't why we came down here, but we gotta check it out. Stella? Oh, Tabitha and Kanika are agreeing. I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? Stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Come on, Tabby, you can come along too. You guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine, nobody's staying in the mine, you're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second, where did 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Well, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like, I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh, they must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking into my minds. Why are you blushing because you're talking about your thickums hips? Also, if you can't make it through, then Kanika's definitely not making it through. Please, I'm literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess, but no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mind. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. Well, good luck for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. Those idiots get themselves lost and die. I'm not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Quasi. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I can never fit in that tunnel anyways. They've crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. Not only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. Ah, do your dailies, Miles! That girl has oatmeal? Yeah. I will happily escort these two knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Look at those eyes, though. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. I mean, at this point, they hate each other so much, I'm starting to ship these two. What's the point of going after them? We could all just leave. Do I have to come with you? Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries. Tabitha, don't push Stella away. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I'm not getting in the middle of this. There's no way around it. It isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below. Noted. Let's not linger any longer. Oh, that was... Yeah, that would have been... I could have explored the other options first. Because in my head, the mystical one was an explore option too, but no, that was actually a decision. I don't think I can, like, go back a few or anything. In some games, you have the ability to just, like, go back a few, things. But, I didn't save before I did that, so that's not... Yeah, we're holding that. I probably should save, though. Let's hit a save. Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. See you on the other side, hopefully soon. Please don't fuck around in caves. Caves are awful. For sure, it won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Nika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Let's go. As three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Ow. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTube doesn't have a sponsor? Ow! Fuck you! I don't need this. I don't want to shill for someone anyway. Fucking kids. I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. How's it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know, you kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on like every podcast. Thank you. Feels like a really big step for the channel. Just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she's said tonight. Yeah, I don't like her. For a public figure, I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin. That's not how any of this works at all. I'm remaining silent. Oh, and then Tabitha just said the thing. Surprised you don't have a thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who'd let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have tried so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock. Closer, interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as these kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina, it's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up, there's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins up. What did they see? Tommyknockers. It's not Tommyknockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got out of our sight, their bravado would vanish in a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Those poor kids. I have no sympathies for their terror. They brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mind and making me come down here. I mean, they're just kids. They're gonna do stupid shit. So they're just as upset that you came down here as you are. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. Tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. Wow, great, wonderful, awesome, what I always wanted. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you. But at the heart of it, you can sense something else, the quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. Here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. Shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. Never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella, you got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Does the pit have big hands? Maybe. Or does the pit have hands, rather, not big? I saw Oodle's message too. Follow them down into the pits. Walk to the ladder and climb down. Pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure. I thought you'd been here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. It was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca? Yep, they're close alright. Good thing they're so damn loud. Sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd. Distant. Into hole. Thank you, Oodles. Very correct. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Walk towards it. Is it like coffin, or is that wood? You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Yeah, are you alright, Quasi? Bear witness. Is this because I'm a mystic? What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Ah! Old god shit. You said we wouldn't use the shipment. You know it's compromised. We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We have to go ahead with it. Oh. Oh, you used bad wood and that's what caused the cave-in? Still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Quasi, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. Oh, it's because we have the blood of the Scarlets. You barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm gonna get you both some help. Why are the cave paintings moving? Or are these not cave paintings? Is that actual fire? I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? I'll try. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from your visions. Your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're getting us more lost. It's this way. You're so sure, then why don't you just leave? Can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Okay, so we're like seeing visions of the past. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her, you know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. Sure, Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Both of us were shown the dark truth of this place. Am I the only one who saw ghosts? Knocking's getting closer, those kids are lost, I had some sort of vision. Where were you diving towards me? Did you know something when it happened? Should get out of here? Both of us were shown the dark truth. The sins that were committed, the deaths that followed. Gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? What a line! Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. So sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of a rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. You have a death wish, little girl. This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is not to be buried alive ourselves. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, I've said it once. I'll say it before. I have a weak hold on life. So I think you should go take Rosalina and get out of here. I'm going to go try to save these two shit kids. I'm going after them. Go after Becca and Alexis. Okay, let's do this. Ozzy, don't do this to me. Don't you do this. Screw you, Tabitha. Start running. I'm not leaving unless everyone leaves. They're kids. They're kids, Tabitha. I'm not going to leave them down here. Are you serious? Thank you, they're back this way, hurry! Rosalina runs back the way she came. You run after her. Mines shake with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way and Tabitha isn't far behind. I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd be down here a million times. I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, Quasi, if we get stuck down here... I'm glad you decided to come along. I'm surprised you didn't run off. Shut up. I'm glad you decided to come along. You won't regret it. We'll see about that. I'm coming, just stay where you are. Rosalina, you came back. don't want to die down here. Then move. I'm just gonna grab them. Fuck this. Grab them and start running. Get over here, you little shits. You reach forward and forcibly grab Becca and Alexis, silently pulling them behind you. Quickly push your way back towards the entrance, pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. All of you start climbing. Now. As the last team is up, Tabitha grabs onto the ladder and starts climbing. Climb out of the pit. You follow suit and start climbing. That scene looked like there can only be one moment, and you were just gonna kick the ladder down. This way. Come on. Cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire life working in and around coal mines. Why couldn't you have just listened to someone other than yourself, Becca? Sorry, okay? God. Shut the fuck up. We are trying to live. You push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Ah, that's a great feeling. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls. Come on, we've got to go faster. We're almost there. I can see the entrance. The surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Oh, shit. Becca, why did your stupid ass to get to be at the front? Why is Rosalina at the back? You little shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Clearly she's not okay, idiot. Shut up, Becca. It was your idea to go down there in the first place. This is your fault. Shit. Why? Why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you stay exactly where you are. I'm going to make the calls. This really hurts. Stella and Kanika popped their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out of here. Are you... Oh my god. Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of there, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. They're gonna know we went in there to drink. Shut the fuck up, Becca! Oh my god, I hope you're grounded for a year. Honestly. I hope you don't get to wear your stupid skull t-shirt. I hope the only thing you get to consume media-wise is a fucking textbook. Now shut up. Becca, that doesn't matter. My dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. Yeah, I mean, you may have a shit dad, and that's worrying and concerning and everything, but please shut up. Becca squirms through the gap in the boards and scampers away. Okay, bye. Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole. Yeah, a little bit. One of us should wait by the gate to make sure they can find us up here. I should check in with Tabby, see if she needs help. We're going to get you help. Everything's going to be okay. Alright, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. We're gonna get you out of here, and you're gonna be just fine, okay? Quasi and Alexis will keep you safe until then. I don't know about this. Am I gonna die? Rosalina, don't say things like that. There's only the present moment. Just focus on your breath. Of course you're not gonna die. The ambulance will be here. Probably. Sorry, we're all gonna die. I don't know, maybe. Remain silent. No. I'll lift those boulders myself if I have to. Thanks, Quasi. Rosalina's breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. I don't make it. Tell my dad I'm sorry. No one has something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down there. It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Quasi. I'm glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. Sorry I couldn't do more. You should stop hanging out with Becca. She bullied both of you. Whatever happens tonight, you should remember it. And that's why you shouldn't drink underage. I'm just sorry I couldn't do more. If I didn't stick with Becca once we started getting lost, none of this would have happened. I'd just been more smarter, more brave, but I wasn't. Now what Rosalina is she's... It's not fair. You're the nicest person I know. It's not fair this happened to you, and I'm so sorry. It's okay, Alexis. It's okay. I believe you're the one comforting me. Rosalina, can you hear me? Yeah, it just hurts like hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. I'll just hold your hand until they come back with help, okay? Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both of their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives. My men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out of there soon. Over here, Earl. Jesus H. Christ, you weren't kidding about the emergency. There'll still be a moment for the ambulance. The nearest depot's over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour. I've been to Brevard. Wow, this is really close to where I've been. You heard the man. You have half an hour to get her out of there. Move it. Rosalina, sweetie, I'm here. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here. You can hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out from the rubble just as the ambulance arrives. Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back. What do you mean? I can't ride with her? Better off driving behind us. We're headed to Brevard, so it's quite a ways. Is she going to be okay? She's going to make it, right? Please, God. Yes, sir. I promise you we're going to do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Rosalina, my poor baby. I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone. Love you, Dad. We're slightly getting closer and closer to Quasi. By the end of the game, MC will be in Quasi's room. Closer to Quasi? By the end of the game, MC will be in Quasi's room? Wait, what does that mean? I'm confused. My brain's having a hard time parsing that. Oh wait, I understand what you mean. You mean they're making the way to me. I see, yeah. I got you now. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men. What the hell happened in there? It's like the seams of reality are fraying here. Nobody is safe. Oscar, I'm so sorry. It's okay. At least nobody died. What happened, though? Tommyknockers, just teens being teens. We did our best to get them out of there. Goddamn after-school special is what happened. Just teens being teens. We did our best to get them out of there. No, this was no teenager's fault. It's a parent's job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault. Oscar, I'm the parent here. Sure, she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted, but I've seen things that I can't explain, and it's only gotten worse over time. I mean, honestly, props for a parent actually taking responsibility, yeah. She told us about it down in the mine. For what it's worth, I believe you. No comment, but after tonight, I don't know. Once you're back from the hospital, we can check it out for you. Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I've gotta go. Mr. Gutierrez, is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her. Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see a friendly face. Two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. You think Rosalina's going to be okay? Paramedics said she was stable. She's a tough kid. She'll be okay. Can't believe you left us down there. Ditchlings. Something's telling me this was only the beginning of our ditchling problem, right? Yeah. Now that you mention it, Kanika's mom said the numbers we saw in the woods were a big deal. Nobody even died here tonight, and I feel like we're left with even more questions than we had this morning. We had a lot of questions this morning. But hey, maybe we just averted whatever disaster they were here to predict, right? It's all a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern, right? Your vision. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit that showed me what happened in this place. Charles Shaw was set up. Yeah. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. Charles Shaw was set up. No way. Dude was a monster. And the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? Visions aren't real. Visions can't be real. That would be magic. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Quasi and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Entities in the mines. I saw something down there, like the shadows of dead miners. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts. Everything... Pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts. Did you not see them? They were right behind you, right before you left, and they followed us when we went after Becca and Alexis. Did you not see them? Yeah, I mean, I saw them. Oh, I didn't see anything other than the two of you in that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark, abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. And now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Maybe you weren't entirely off base about the cult stuff you mentioned earlier today, but that thing felt odd. Or old. Are you sure those were Tommyknockers? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? Fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they'd be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mind collapses, I guess. I don't want to say that. What happens now? What happens now? We go home. Now, hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? Okay, fine. Just make it quick, and don't you dare try to pull anything on them. They did nothing wrong there. Or here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Do you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. I'm Sheriff Hugby, and this is Sheriff Derrickson, but you can call me Earl. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. Hope this little accident hasn't colored your perception of the place. Lovely place to live, if you ask me. Lovely indeed. Now, Chef Hugby, don't you think it's a mite odd that those teens found themselves in an old abandoned mine on the very property Quasi's family happens to own? And don't you think it's even a mite bit odder that Quasi happened to be in there with them at the time of said collapse? I'd be lying if I said it wasn't peculiar, though I'm sure you're an upright citizen, Quasi, and all this is surely an unfortunate coincidence. Still, a good cop should ask himself these questions. I'll get to your questions, but we also need to talk about the man that's been stalking me. His name is Sam Wayne, and he used to work at the mines here. Seems an awful lot like Deflection to me, wouldn't you say so, Earl? It's a nice town. People don't go stalking strangers in these parts. Are you kidding me? Do your jobs. Can you at least just take a description? I mean, I'm not going to get hostile with them because that's not going to go anywhere, but please, I'm in fear for my life. Alright, fine. We'll take a description. Derrickson scribbles down your description of Wayne. Watch too many movies, kid. Can you tell us what happened down there? You're out of your depths here. It wasn't for me, they'd all be dead. I don't have to talk to you, I know my rights. I mean, I don't have to talk to you, I do know my rights, but... if it wasn't for me, they'd all be dead. No need to be so dramatic, we're just trying to gather all the facts, you see. Just being thorough. Our duty as officers of the law. If there's nothing more you can tell us, I suppose I'll let you go on about your evening, but we may be in touch. Have a good one. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The two officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. Make your way towards Stella and Kanika. Just can't believe it. I left them behind in there to get help. It's my fault. Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no. You did your best. It's not your fault. Oh, hey. Guess the cops are done with you? What, are they going to take you in for being present at an accident? Sorry if they give you a hard time. Small town cops, you know. What is that smile? Always blame everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess. Excellent, you didn't get arrested. Oh, come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. See you tomorrow, okay, Quasi? Please stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. Walk to the car on my own. Are you kidnapping me? I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk beyond the tree line. How are you holding up? Sorry about the day. Tabitha doesn't answer. Sorry for apologizing? Am I talking too much? Or fine, maybe I'm not sorry? I'll just drop it, that's fine. Tabitha's eyes remain fixated on the road. How are you holding up? Poorly. But I'd really rather we didn't get into it. You and Kanika really don't seem to get along. Or poor Rosalina, poor Oscar. You should have kept tighter reins on that girl. Never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. And about Pearl Ann, for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. I really don't think the parents are to blame here. You're right, there are a lot of adults who should have done a better job tonight. I mean... some of it's a little bit out of their control, because the kids just ran off. Because I don't think the parents are entirely to blame for this. But if we had to blame someone, the parents not keeping a hold of their children would be the thing to blame, because it's not the kids' fault. I'm just gonna remain silent. Gotta focus on the road. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. You and Kanika really don't seem to get along. She pushes my buttons. Is there some kind of history there, or...? No. Now quit talking. I need to focus on the road. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. Remaining silent at moments like these is hard. Not for me. In these kinds of situations, I need my silence and my peace, honestly. I can just go nonverbal and just enjoy the ride home. Straight up. Doing terribly, in case you wanted to know. I don't appreciate being dragged off. I don't know about either of these. I'll ride in silence. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate. The musty stench of the decaying mansion greets you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day has been a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. Going to bed. Suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You could have... no, you should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. See you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. Turn in. Head up to your room. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the straw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Oh yeah, I did say I would text. It was nice to see playthroughs with a more agreeable Tabitha. Interesting. I don't feel like I've been I've been accepting to Tabitha, but I feel like the only way for her not to be agreeable here is if you just straight up don't involve her at all, or you're just straight up an asshole to her. Like, I guess if I hadn't called her about the mine, but that seemed the prudent thing to do. I didn't see any reason not to. It's not like she's betrayed my trust or given me any reason, like, to just hate her and not involve her in things. These are those things, right? Nika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. Saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. Guess there's more to them than being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping the night. Think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Tabitha in your playthrough seems like a reasonable person who's just tired dealing with stuff. That's the vibe I got. Like, I don't feel the need to be overly mean to her, because she just seems like stressed out and overwhelmed, I guess. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. Weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. Is there anything going on here? Is it, you know, everybody else is seeing them. I'm wondering if there was one in the room. There's not one in the window. Interesting. Something I see people do sometimes to get on Tabitha's bad side early on. That seems rude. She doesn't really give you a reason. Like, yeah, she's abrasive when you first get there, but, you know, she's clearly in a bad mood and her mom just died and she's dealing with all of this shit, so I can understand being in, like, not a great mood. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face, twisted with pain, staring at you with tear-streaked cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Kitty, you're gonna protect me? Just the cat. It's always just the cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease and you finally slip into a deep sleep. That's not unfriendly, the kitty's sitting with us, that means we're trusted. If kitty curls up near you, that just means the kitty trusts you. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was wondering how a cat opened the door. Tabby? That's a creepy bit on top of the wall there. The basement? Aw, shit. It connects to our basement? So there's a whole network underground. Interesting. And it connects to our basement. It's the end of episode 2. Episode 308. Proceed if you dare. Definitely not proceeding. Not right now. But, that was good. That was good. About what I expected. I didn't expect we'd see much more of the creatures, and it was probably just gonna be some other thing that happens. But, how many chapters are there actually? The 5th one's the one coming out soon. Right? So there's 4 chapters. Lets you make the save for the next episode? Oh, does it? This is chapter end. 4 at the moment, 5 being released soon. Just know I'm not a human again. Honestly, they look pretty similar. If you'd like to continue with this world state in episode 3, please save your game now. Okay, yeah, that's where we save. So we want to continue with this world state. So let's do that. Alright. Alright. 5 is early next year, yeah, and there's gonna be what, 8 chapters? We'll see how things progress. But it seems like we can usually expect to get through 1 chapter per stream. So, probably 2 more streams of this then. About what we can expect, unless I do like a really long stream someday. Whew. It's cool though. I'm enjoying my time with it. Obviously, it's a lot of reading and a lot of talking, so it does wear me out. Usually playing a bunch of talky games does, but alrighty. The chapters grow in size as you progress more? That would make sense. Because the first chapter was only like 2 hours, so... Alright. Bye-bye. Have a good time zone and stuff.